Hey guys, it's me, Michael again. I'm gonna be doing a review on this tank right here, the Conqueror. Now, you might already be noticing, Michael, you have a terrible win ratio in that tank. Yeah, the thing is we're playing the tank with the 17 pound. I think it's the 17 pounder. You're not gonna win all that many games. I'm pretty sure it's the 32 pounder. It's this gun right here. That makes the tank look gay. No offense to gay people. I'm not a homophobe, but it makes the tank look gay. But I have the 120 on it, and yes, I free XP'd my way to the 120. As grinding out all that XP on the tank, I would have at least a good 60 to 70 games in the tank already. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm doing a review on the Conqueror, and this thing so far, after I got the top gun, which is the top 120 that does 400 alpha, I am, to be honest, loving this tank. I adore this tank. It's an amazing tank once you get the top gun. As long as you can stay hull down, this thing is it's a monster. I'll tell you that much. It's a monster. Now, this is where I'm going to be a bit biased in it. And I have a better win rate in the T10 when I was going to the... Oh, well, I got to go through the ops. Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit for the ops. But if I'm to come... Okay, so I have 38% win rate in this tank. But if I'm to come up here and go to Russia, where's my T10? Right here. I have 55% in this tank. Okay. The reason being is, first of all, I have 239 games played in the T10 over the 37 that I have in the Conqueror. But at the same time, the T10's armor, in certain scenarios, the T10's armor will work better than the Conqueror's. Because if people load heat rounds, they will blast right through your upper plate. But as long as you can keep your tank semi-hull down, where at least half of your upper plate is showing, and you can kind of angle your tank slightly upwards, they're not going to be going through you. Anyways, on to this part. The overview, the modules, and the armor. I'm going to try and make this fast and make it a shorter episode than my usual episodes. But developed from 1949 through 1952, this tank was intended to confront new Soviet heavy tanks. A total of 185 vehicles were mass-produced from 1955 through 1959. Now, this tank, on console, it's best compared to the M103. And I think, give or take, in more scenarios, this tank is going to be better than the M103. So, you have 950 horsepower. You're going to start off the tank with, I think, 750 horsepower, if I'm not wrong. 650 horsepower, and then you're going to go to 750, then you're going to go to 810, and then 950. So you're going to start off this tank as a true heavy tank. You have 14.44 horsepower to ton ratio, a top speed of pretty much 35, a reverse speed of 12, and a 20% chance to fire. But I have I'm actually going to go, and I'm actually going to, while I'm here, I'm going to go switch out Armorer with preventative maintenance. Because this tank does go up pretty easily if you're getting shot in the back. But anyways, that's this tank. Now the gun, you have a 10.5 second reload time, which is better than the base M103's reload, which I believe, if I'm to quickly go check that in the packages, this tank has 5.71 reload time. I don't have the M103, although I'm thinking of grinding my way up that line, because apparently, to what I hear, the E5 is a beast. The M103's top gun is 5.36. So yeah, you're going to have a better reload time than the M103. And arguably, turret-wise, you're going to have better armor. Because the hull, the side armor is good side scraping, but if any part up until even like this angle, your lower plate is going to be penetrated very easily. Anyways, you have terrible moving accuracy, whatever. You have 0.33 accuracy at 100 meters. You have 1.9 seconds aim time, which is fabulous. 10 degrees of gun depression, which was an upgrade from what it used to be. It used to have 7, and 15 degrees of elevation. Oh, now this. You have 26 degrees a second traverse speed, 1.1 on hard, 1.3 on soft, and 2.3 on or no, 1.1 on hard, 1.3 on medium, and 2.3 on soft. Onto the turret, you have 400 meters view range and 32 degrees a second, which the 32 degrees plus the 26 degrees will actually allow you to snap in your shots a lot faster at tanks. I was just in the game, which I'm going to use for the replay, where I snapped a shot in at the I'm thinking of the wrong game, actually. I'm thinking of the wrong game. I was going to say I snapped a shot in at the AMX 30 and killed him, but no, I'm thinking of another game, because the game that I was just in, I almost killed the AMX 30, but I did not. Radio is all the way back there in the back, 750 meters signal range. And then the ammo rack is a downside to this tank, because it litters the side of the tank. If they're shooting you anywhere from your engine deck if they're shooting you from your engine deck to the front of your tank from the side, they're going to hit it. And then same thing in the front, they're going to hit it generally as long as they're shooting towards the right of the tank, towards the front. But if you're hull down, they're not going through you. And the crew, the usual. But this is a fairly large tank compared to most, so yeah. I mean, I'll quickly do a comparison. This is the Conqueror. This is the FE4202. It's a lot bigger. Conqueror, M48 Patton. It's a very big, boxy tank. But that's good, because then people are scared of you ramming them. But, whatever. The equipment loadout that I currently have is, I have 1.1 mil credits, and I guess you could argue, Michael, why don't you get improved vents and enhanced gun laying drive or vertical stabilizers or something like that. Well, the thing is I'm trying to save up to buy back the IS, because I'm going to be going up to the Object 705A. And the IS is 1.4 mil, and I only need 298,000 silver to research it. So I'm playing a lot of tier 10 making credits, and I'm playing a lot of my tier 8 4202P and my Thunderbolt. But right now all I have is a gun rammer, and I recently completed the op that allowed me to putting in T. And right now I'm running large repair kit, large first aid kit, and putting in T, because I have 36 days of premium. So, and also about the Fidali, so I need to get 550 points. But that's besides the point. We're gonna go from this into some gameplay, and I will see you guys over there. Alright. Hey guys, we're in the gameplay now, and as you might notice right now, the gun is not the 10 or the 120. It's actually the 32 Panda, and that's because this is the last game, other than the free XP that I got. This is the last game that I played with the gun, or at least with the Conqueror, with the stock gun like this, before I got the 120. I think I converted 65,500 XP over, I think, if I'm not wrong. And then this is the last game that I had played, and this game is actually going to be an amazing game that I have with the 32 Panda gun on it. Now, I don't remember what this map is called. Last I remember it being called was a Great Wall or something like that. And we're in a bottom tier matchup. Although it doesn't look like all that bad of a bottom tier matchup. And we're going to be facing off right here against Nice 3. Or actually, no, 257. An Object 257, but obviously we're going to shoot the Waffle if we have the chance to shoot the baby Waffle. So, we put a shot into him for 258 damage, and we're about to put another one into him, and that one does 289. Now, obviously, we're going to want to get the Waffle out of the game first, because he has the best gun of any tank that is going to be over on this side, other than, I think, one of the other tank destroyers. Okay, no, there's a Ferdinand right there. So, the baby Waffle does still have a better gun than him, so we're going to try and focus that baby Waffle. That, and also the fact that he has like really high penetration. I think with the gun that he was using, if he wasn't using the stock gun, which is a 128 with 490 alpha and 246 pen, which the guns look nearly identical, except the top 128 is very slightly longer, and the only difference is, I think, better aim time, better pen, and better alpha. And I think better accurate. The gun is overall an upgrade from the stock 128, but it's obviously a better version of it with higher alpha and 276 pen. Now we're shooting at a T95. And we went through the first shot on his what you call it, the cupolas on there. Now, my controller does have issues, and that's from playing other games and games that require a lot more use of the right joystick. Although this game, I guess you can argue, is one of the games that like the right joystick has a big effect because it is your aiming. But from other games, like for example, my brother will play Fortnite, or like I'll play God of War, where you have to look around as well. So you will notice that the aim does jolt upwards quite fast, to be honest. And at this point in the game, I realized, okay, we're getting flanked from behind. We have enough tanks here to defend off against those tier 9s and 10s. And I'm going back to help these guys on this side because they aren't doing all that well. They're all on fairly low hit points other than that other Conqueror, but that Conqueror doesn't want to push them. So I'm going to be the one that I'm going to go around. I have better DPM, I believe, with the 32 pounder than the 105. I think. So I'm going to push around. I know these guys have no armor, so I'm going to push around and I'm going to go after these guys. So I'm pushing around and there's a Conqueror right there. I didn't quite see that. I was actually looking off somewhere else, but I don't actually see if I hit that Conqueror. I put a shell into the Leopard prototype, and then I put another shell in the Leopard prototype, and right now we're at 2.5k damage, and we're going to hit, at least we're going to hit 3k in a second here. And here we go, 3k damage, boom. Never mind, not 3k damage, I got the kill, but pretty much 3k damage, 2,930, or 2,973. But anyways, now we're about to hit 3k because we're about to put another shot into this Leopard. This Leopard prototype. Boom, there you go, 3k damage. I've 517 assist somehow on that Leopard, I don't understand how. And then I get another kill on the Centurion 7-1. Now I'm turning back around and I'm going back and I'm going to help these guys over here. Because these guys do actually fall quite fast over here. And or actually, no, they don't fall too fast. But they're not doing such a great job at defending since me and the 60 TP are over here instead of over there defending against those guys. Now you might notice how my... or the game volume is off, and that's because I was in game talking to the player and letting them know what my move was and where I was going to be. And the reason why we were able to push through that Centurion 7-1, that Conqueror, and that Leopard prototype, or the Leopard PTA, is because I told them, you guys are gonna have an extra tank over here, and I'm gonna make a charge up, so you guys can stay. But now we're going after this T95, and we're having, I guess you could say, a hard time. On average, we're actually going through the T95's cupolas very easily, except for that shot, which ricochets off. But that's besides the point. And there you go again. All we did was damage his viewports. And there we go again. I ricocheted off. So now there's this guy who's gonna be that guy is actually gonna be a bit of a pain. But here you go, U100's lower plate, easy for the AP or for the premium rounds on the Conqueror on the 32 pounder. Not a lot of people underestimate this gun, to be honest. And given in certain situations, this gun is going to be better than the 120. Yeah, I guess you can argue, the 120 has higher alpha and it has good DPM. But yeah, it has higher alpha, has better DPM, or good DPM. I'm not 100% sure if it's better DPM, but this tank has better, or this gun has better on-the-move accuracy. It shoots faster, doing 280 alpha. And not a lot of people do give this gun the respect that it deserved, because it is still a very powerful gun. And now we're going to be going off in a 1v3 with this E100. And if he had focused me instead of the 60 TP, he would only be in a 1v2, which is a lot more favorable for him. But I think you're going to notice some of the jolting of the controller here in a second. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But here we go. Shot into the back of the E100's turret. Boom. There you go. We're up at just under 5k damage. Now we're about to hit 5k. Boom. 5k damage. 5,219 with 2,110 blocked with 752 assists. Now, boom, there we go. Now 5.5, and there we go. That's game. So that's what the 32 pounder can do in this tank. And I do have a double dosing of gameplay here, and I'll let the next game speak for itself, and I'll just talk through it. And now we're on Berlin Winter, and I'm in the Conquer, and I believe I'm top tier actually. If I do end up normally I check the team lists, but yep, top tier. I'm top tier, and it's actually, for the tier 8s it's a horrible map, but for us for the tier 8s it's a horrible matchup, but for us tier 9s it's actually pretty good. Now, this game, you will hear sound in the background, and you will hear people talking, and you will hear extra noises. And actually, when I'm done this audio, I might actually turn up the volume on the last clip and turn up the volume on this one a little. But anyways, right here, I do end up saying sorry to this guy, because I ended up dropping my controller, so my tank kept going right. But mind you, I guess you could kind of say, like, I didn't really put him off course all that much. He did end up driving into the side of the building there. But on this map, over here in a Conquer, this is a place that no matter what, if my tank has good... There you go. There's there's somebody talking. Now, if I will talk over him as if he's not here, but in any tank that has good turret armor and is a fairly tall tank, you can use this ridge right here to go haul down. And this ridge works out extremely well, this ridge. And this baby waffle he's not doing the greatest of jobs. There you go, another one into him. And I'm pretty sure I actually do all of his hit points. If I'm not mistaken, I do every single bit of his hit points. And here we go, I shoot him again, boom, there it is. And I decided to load a high explosive shell just, to make sure that I kill him. And I guess you could argue that you didn't really need to do that. You could have just used an AP shell, but I don't want to waste an AP shell in case I run out of AP and APCR and I'm still having to fight an E75 and an Object 705. But here we go. Now we're going to be in a side scraping position, and there's an E50 there, there's a 705, there's an E75, and I don't remember what the other tank is back there. But all I know is there's one medium tank and there's 3 heavies over there. And at this point I'm like, okay, I'll just lock my gun onto that corner. This guy says suck my ass, and I end up putting an affirmative in the chat. But I decide to lock my gun over there so that when that E50M comes around the corner, I'm pretty much already snapped in on it, or I'm already locked in on his lower plate. Now the E50, oh, okay, this is actually a pivotal point in the match. Those enemies saw that there were tanks behind us. They saw very well that there were tanks behind us, and they did not decide to push that, and I am still putting shots into these guys, nor did the guys behind us decide to shoot me, which, in my opinion, that is a terrible play. But I see that guy's dead now, so I'm going to turn my attention right back to these guys, because those guys, in my opinion, made a horrible push. They should have maybe made that push a little more associated with this part of the team. Maybe if they had pushed right here to my left, which if they had done that, they would have been preventing me from sitting in this place too long, and I would have had to move a little farther to the right, and I wouldn't be getting as many shots into these guys. But right now I'm up to 4.6k damage, and I realized, okay, well now we've got tanks coming from behind. And 4.6k damage, and I've still got 11 AP rounds left, all 10 of my APCR, and I still have 2 high explosive left, and I've still got pretty much all of my hit points. And this standard B underestimates me, and I think that tank to my right is a WZ, if my memory serves me well. I think that's what he is. Or no, it was a 705. It was an object 705. Okay, sorry. I was wrong. Don't hold it against me, whatever. Now, I do notice that they are capping the base, and I'm going to come on the mic here. I'm trying my best. That's what I said, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get back here as fast as I can because the Conqueror, and look at this, look at this. Did you see the poof? There it is. I'm explaining it right there. I see the poof on the other side of the tank, and yeah. And then that shot, I don't understand how that bounces off unless he got a armor buff. But here's an AMX-30. I hit him a lot harder than he hit me. He hit me for like 300 and something. I hit him for 411. And right here, look. Right here, boom. Now I'm at 6.162k damage. I'm just over 6,000 damage. But there it is, 6.2k damage and 2 kills, and I was top of the team on that team as well. Same thing in the other game when I was bottom tier. But that's my review on the Conqueror, and I personally think if you have the XP and the gold and the money, you should definitely pick up the Conqueror. It definitely serves people well. But that was the review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.